Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we'll solve Leetcode daily challenge problem number 2482, and we'll be using a simple matrix method to solve this problem, and we'll be going through all the steps which I have followed to solve this one. And at the end, like, you'll be amazed how easy the solution was, and still they have marked it as a medium difficulty level question. So let's go through the question once. So they will give us a m cross n matrix by the name grid. Okay, it will be a zero index matrix that's already given that in Python, as we already know, all the arrays and everything is zero indexed, and they want us to create a new matrix called diff. Okay, it will be of same size m cross n as our original matrix, but the part which is interesting is they have given a formula to calculate the element for the diff matrix, which says uh, element at I comma j in diff will be equal to number of ones in row I plus number of ones in column j minus number of zeros in row I and number of zeros in column j, and all these values will be picked from our main grid matrix. Okay, so this is what we have to do. So coming to the approach which I have used, so what we'll be doing is I'll be defining, or I can say, I'll be using two new arrays, one row and one column. Okay, one row basically represent sum of ones in each row. For example, for row 0, how many ones we have? We had two ones, right? So 2. Similarly for row 1, 2. Row 2, 1. Okay, so as you see, we have the same elements in this particular array. Similarly, one column, sum of ones in each column, and if you want to verify, so it will be 1, 1, and 3, because we are just summing up ones in each column. So by doing this, we'll get our these arrays. Coming to the main part where they have given the formula to calculate the element or the values for each coordinate, row comma column, I have modified it a bit. So this is the part where I have used some liberty to change it, not change it, but to simplify it. I didn't want it to calculate number of zeros separately from this original metric. So what I'm gonna do is I'll be just subtracting out the number of ones from the total number of rows. Okay, so for example, let's say if you want to calculate number of zeros in this row, okay, which will be 1, right? Number of zero for let's write it over here. Number of zeros in row 0 is 1, right? We can also get this by simply saying I want to subtract total number of ones from rows, right? So total number of rows was 3, we had 2 ones, we'll get 1, right? So this is what I'm gonna use, okay, for calculating number of zeros in rows and columns both. Okay, so now moving to the solution, I have already implemented the solution for you guys to make it a little quick. So as you know, I have and as we discussed, what I'm doing over here is, like, I have initialized a few values. Number of nu rows and nu columns represent the number of rows and number of columns in the grid matrix. One row, one column, as you know, we are using these two arrays for calculating number of ones in each row and number of ones in each column, respectively. Result is the resultant matrix which will be returning at the end. Okay, I have simply just initialized all the values with 0 in this array. Next, I have run a loop uh, in the grid matrix, basically, where what I'm doing is, as soon as I encounter 1, okay, and you can do the same for 0, you can maybe I'm using 1, you can use 0 row, 0 column to do the same calculations. But what I'm doing over here is, like, as soon as I get 1 in any coordinate of grid or at any place in grid, I'll just increment the value of that row in one row and column in that particular column by 1. Okay, so by doing so, like, we'll get our one row and one column values as as we saw in the detailed steps. Okay, as soon as we have this, like one row, one column, we know what to do, right? We'll again iterate the whole resultant matrix, and for each element, we have our formula. We can get number of ones in particular row using one row. We can get number of ones in particular column using one column. Okay, for number of zeros in a given row, simply what I have done, I have used number of rows minus number of ones in that particular row. Okay, so that will be your number of zeros. Similarly for number of zeros in columns, and that's it. Like, we are good. At the end, we'll just simply return the result. Let's check the solution out if it is working or not. So the basic test cases got cleared, like there were no issues at all. Let's submit it for further evaluation. And yeah, so the solution got accepted, and I would say, like, we have performed fairly well in the solution. And yeah, this was it. Like, this was the complete solution. It was a very simple problem, but still they have marked it as a medium problem. I still don't know why. But yeah, thanks again, guys, for watching out the video, and stay tuned with upcoming ones. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.